Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Meet the Candidates today with Cafe. We meet the candidates. Any excuse to have cafe, right?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Let's go ahead and invite Jackie, our friend Jackie, in on, and she's going to share some time with us.
Hey, Jackie, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Good, good.
Great. Ya tú sabes, keeping busy, right?
A lot of coffee today. I heard the comment about coffee. I've started at
Yeah,
5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm all caffeined up.
yeah, there you go. That'll work.
What kind of coffee do you drink?
I drink latte, but I drink a lot of Spanish coffee. I drink a lot of Colombian Supreme.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's powerful stuff.
Married to a Colombian, I have to.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yes.
So I
So
look
how
so.
are you doing?
I feel like Tinkerbell with this green shirt on right now.
Lucky you didn't put a green screen back there because you'd be invisible right now.
Yeah.
Weird. I, all day I've been running. I had to go to Univision Despierta Orlando, and
Uh-huh.
we were out there at 5 o'clock in the morning today recording for community
Wow.
awareness. And so
Wow.
I've been running around. As soon as I got done, I got comfortable. I had to go put up some signs. So it's been a little hectic. That's why I'm not, I just took a minute to come and make the call because I
Yeah.
was running out of battery. You know, the phone, the teléfono, they don't last.
Yeah, they always say it lasts
Yeah.
long, but it don't last long.
You have to
No,
carry one of those portable chargers all the time.
Well,
definitely.
thank you for taking the time. You know,
Yeah.
I just
Absolutely.
want to say welcome and I just wanted you to share a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I've been living in Florida. I'm native from New Jersey, born and raised in Jersey, Puerto Rican parents. Lived with my grandparents. My grandparents raised me. I wasn't raised with my parents, but
Okay.
moved to Florida 30 years ago. In October, it'll be 30 years here that I became a resident in the state of Florida. And I've been working out of Kissimmee now for almost 17 years. So 3 decades later,
Wow.
it's been 3 decades, and I look at the census and I look at the demographics and how drastically things have changed.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
sure
mean,
has.
Latino population has definitely increased by leaps and bounds.
Yes.
So, so it's important that we have proper representation that understands our community, our language, our culture, and
Yeah.
so we've changed. Kissimmee used to be all about agriculture, which it still is. I mean, cattle and agriculture. One of the only cities that still does a cattle run. I mean, we still literally every year do a cattle run. I don't know this year if it's going to happen with COVID,
Yeah.
but it's historic. But in the mystery of history, we also have changed and evolved into what we are today. So I decided to run for city of Kissimmee mayor because I'm of this belief: if you don't like something, you don't sit there and complain about it. You jump in and you help change the landscape, and you help change what you're not happy with. So that's why I decided to join. I think it's important that a person with a business background as myself, I run several businesses in downtown Kissimmee. I understand the dynamics of P&Ls and budgeting. And I think that the cities need to be looked at as far as budgeting. I think it's an important task ahead.
Yeah.
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about some of the things that are on your platform that you want to change if you get if you get elected.
Well, I think one of the main concerns in my sphere is our small businesses. I think we need to create more sustainability for them because it's so many people come here and want to open a business and they don't know how. They don't know the very beginning of it. So I think we need to create a platform for the small businesses because small businesses, as we all know, they're the backbone of America. We are the ones that employ most people. And I say that because although you have people like Disney, look what happened during the pandemic. The one that got most affected was Disney and the tourism. So I
Yeah.
think businesses, we're the ones still trying to keep the people employed, and we're the ones that still keep them in the front line. So I think that's part of my platform. Small business is a focal point, of course. Getting our charter, updated. I think our charter is pretty old. I mean, it's
Mhm.
20 years old, 30 years old, however old it is, that hasn't
Yeah.
been revised. we need to update that. We need to update noise ordinance. We need to update, we need to connect with DOT, some speed limits. I mean, there's so many things that we need to update to be able to come together with today's demographics. I mean, if things are running the way they were 30 years ago, it's not good enough today. So we have to update to make it feasible and somehow cohesive with the population we have in today's world, in today's city.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. 30 years ago, our population was not where it's at today. So if you think about the population being at 40,000 30 years ago, 29, 30, 40,000. Right now, before the census hasn't been released yet, we're at approximately 77,000 people within the city limits. That's not countywide, that's city only.
That's tremendous growth, yeah.
And in our city limit, about 22, 23 miles, if that. We just got some annexation in. I currently sit on the planning advisory board, sat there for a couple years. And so we see what's coming in. We see what's happening. We see the changes. I also sit on the affordable housing board, and I sit in the transition house on that board. That board to me is very dear because it's not city. It's a private, sector. And we deal with inmates, people that are getting released into society and how we help them transition into society. So to me, that's the community that we need to do. We forget about the inmates. We forget about their rights to vote. We forget that they are transitioning into society, and we've got to be there. Or you know what's going to happen? They're going to end up right back into the system.
Yeah.
We as leaders need to get involved. And I'm not an elected official yet, and I'm already involved, and I've been involved, for years. But I want to see our city. Our city has so much potential. We just have to help it get there. We just need right leadership to help us going in the right direction. Keep going.
How challenging has it been during, having an election? This is your first time having, in an election, right?
Yeah.
So you don't know how to compare it to a regular time. But how challenging has it been, doing all of this, and still, there's been COVID and just so many other challenges in the world right now.
It's funny because COVID has changed the entire dynamics of campaigning. I, for one, am not a career politician. I'm a business person. My family, my husband, my daughters and I, we own about 7 businesses within the downtown sphere. Everything from dance studios to mortgage company, real estate company, couple restaurants. We've just evolved throughout our journey. God's been good to us, and I have to always say that because we're stewards to what God gives us,
Yes.
That's right.
God gives you, and if he feels you can handle this, he gives you a little more. And then if he feels, I always say, God, when I want to complain, I'll always remember that God won't give you more than you can handle. So I learned not to complain and just be thankful. As far as running, because I'm not a career politician, I didn't know what to expect, but fortunately I have a lot of great allies in the community that believe in my vision.
Mm-hmm.
COVID has made it to where now everything is this StreamYard and Zoom but it helps us save driving time, because here everything is driving far.
Yeah, that's true. It takes forever to get from point A to point B.
With traffic, this has been like the best thing. There's a good stuff that's come out of COVID, because the social media world has now evolved. So I can't complain. I think God's been good to me. God set the direction. And so what I'm doing is I'm just following the lead. And at the end of it all, I just believe that my purpose to run was to change the platform for many and to kind of raise the bar. And if that was the purpose, then it's perfectly fine with me. I'd like to win and represent the city of Kissimmee and its constituents. I'd like our voices to be heard at all levels. I love the diversity that we have in our city. It wasn't as diverse 30 years ago, trust me, when I first got here. So to me, it's important to continue.
I would imagine, it's quite a difference from then to then, because I know that I lived in Kissimmee many moons ago too, probably about 20 years ago, 18 or so. And I know that we met those many years ago too. And it's changed tremendously, but in a beautiful way, because, you can see it's it's so charming. Kissimmee really is a charming city. It's beautiful, and the people are beautiful too. I have family.
Yeah, some people say, "Oh, Kissimmee." Well, when I moved to Kissimmee, I decided I'm going to get vested in it. Gotta bless the land you're in. You can't go around complaining about it. So to me, it was like, I'm not going to sit here and complain about, oh, crime rate is high. Crime rate is high everywhere. Where I live, my crime rate's not high. I mean, so I can't speak for everyone's experience, but I've decided my experience was going to be a good one. And so my ability to see beyond the challenges is what I think separates me from several of the candidates. I have to say, this has been an interesting race because we have 4 women running for mayor of Kissimmee. So I have a feeling whoever ends up being a mayor is going to be a female. So more power to the female.
Yeah, whoever's the male doesn't have a chance.
Running 6, 2 guys, one which I know and I respect highly. His name is Alvin Codner. He's a great guy. And the other gentleman, no one knows. So the 4 ladies, the incredible thing is that 3 of the ladies are Puerto Rican descent. So, we have at least a 50% chance of it being a Puerto Rican mayor. That in itself is history.
That's awesome.
I'm excited just to see the dynamics of what's coming. So, whoever
and
wins
when is the election? Give us information on all of that.
We currently are in the process of early elections. So it's from 9 to 7 p.m. Every day, right up until the 16th. Then the 17th, everyone takes a break, relaxes for one whole day. And then the 18th is the final election. That's from 7 to 7. And we just encourage everyone to come out and vote. I think like I did, if you are tired of what you're seeing, if you're not happy with what you're seeing, we can't complain. We have to go out and vote. And that's the goal, to get everyone civically involved. Some people say, I hate politics. Well, it's not about it. Local politics affects your day-to-day life.
Sure they do.
We all want to go out and vote for the president. That's nice and that's important. But your local government is even more important because it affects you. It affects the schools. It affects the roads you drive on. So I think we all have to.
You're cutting in and out.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Say that one more time.
So what I believe is that local politics affect your day-to-day. So you need to make sure that that's where we get involved heavily and right up front.
Yes.
Primaries are very important.
Yes. Yeah. Very important.
So is there anything else you want to share with us before we let you get back to your hustle bustle in your day?
And get some rest.
I want to thank you for doing what you do. It's so important to be the voice in a community, and you guys are doing it. And I'm excited to just witness it. Don't stop doing the Cuban Sandwich Festival in Kissimmee. I know you've had
that in mind.
Yeah. Sometimes here, and that's one of the reasons I'm like, this can't keep happening. You guys have got something nice going on for the community. We've got to keep that moving. That's the way we make sembramos bandera,
Yes,
so,
yes.
That's true.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Jackie. That means a lot to us.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much thank you for allowing me the opportunity to chat with you and your friends here and your audience. I appreciate you both.
Yes, God bless you. Hold on a second. Let me just take you. Hold on. And we just want to say goodbye to everyone, and we'll see you on next time.